to see. But I thought Bockhorse was physical, moved some people. I felt the same thing with Cade when he came in there. He led our team in knockdowns in the offensive line, and but Pollard did a good job. I think all those guys did a good job. We had a couple of instances where we could have been a little tighter on a couple of our double teams, but they did a nice job. Really had everybody had it up. Didn't turn people loose. Had the one sack, but that was on our tight end. He's supposed to be blocking, he's running a route. So that's a problem. So our offensive line didn't give up a sack, so I thought they protected the quarterback well. Mitch played well. But Ankrum was our offensive MVP.
Some of the players mentioned yesterday using virtual reality to kind of help them prepare for Kyle Field. How does that work, and kind of what do they see when they put on that? Yeah,
well, they're going to have a hard time getting prepared for Kyle Field because we haven't been there. None of these guys have been there, so they won't have anything. Virtual reality wasn't around in '04. That I knew of, but typically for us, what we try to do is everywhere we go, our video people before the game or at the end of the game, they'll try to capture just the presence of the stadium, and so basically, it's a good tool if you got a guy that maybe's not been somewhere, you can go there. Literally, you put these virtual things on, and it's literally like you're standing there. So you want to know what it's like. So we use it in recruiting a lot. So you want to know what it's like to be at Death Valley. Well, they can put that on, and like, what's game day like? And it's not like you're watching a video on game day. You're literally there, and you're turning around, and you see me, and you see the crowd, and it's like it's the craziest thing. But that's just a very small component to how we use the virtual reality. We use it to prepare our guys. We load up all the blitzes, and we've had it for probably 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. But we use it for all of our quarterbacks. Use it from a 7-on-7. I mean, they can basically run through a whole script, and because we have everything loaded up in our library, and so we can create whatever coverage we want based on the video that we have. And it's literally like you're there, and you can do a pop quiz. You can do a whole blitz pickup reel. Your running backs can use it. A running back can go in there, and he can go through a whole blitz pickup reel. A linebacker can use it. All the formation recognition, all the fits, all the calls, safeties. It's great for safeties. It's great for individual stuff. So maybe I'm a DB, and we have all the release techniques of a receiver loaded up. So if I'm a DB, I want to get in there, I want to put it on, and I want to work on my hand placement and my footwork on a release of a receiver. Or I'm an offensive tackle, and I've got all the release techniques of a defensive end. So I want to get in there, and I just want to work on my sets. And so it's just an amazing tool. You might have a guy that's hurt and can't practice, but he can go virtually practice. And it's literally, it's like you're there. Or it's a kicker. So depending on how you set the camera, the kicker, he can literally virtually go and stand there and watch himself kick. And it's really hard to describe, but it's not like you're watching a video. It's like you're literally there. So it's a pretty cool thing. So we use that and have for quite a while from a preparation standpoint. But we have the ability to kind of go visit those places virtually, but we don't have that for Kyle Field. We haven't been there.
So going off of the virtual reality, I had a couple of questions. One, is there sound as well? Like you put headphones on and kind of experience the sound of the stadium?
Oh yeah.
And two.
Yep. You can hear the coach yelling at you too. Yeah.
And I guess what inspired you guys to include that?
Derek Belch came to me. Actually, David Shaw brought it to me. I was with David Shaw probably, maybe 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and we were on a trip together. He just said, "Hey, I got something I want to show you." And he actually flew in. He came here and spent a few days, and a Stanford guy created it. It's called Striver, and the Stanford guy, Belch, he created it, and I was blown away the first time I saw it. I was like, this is crazy. And so we got it. Like I said, this is either our third or fourth year. And it's just, Striver's gotten better. Now, most of the NFL teams have it. A bunch of the college teams have it. But I think we were one of the first, which is that's why David offered it to us. He wanted me to see it. And then they worked well with us in helping us kind of get up to speed and how to use it. But it's something that's become very mainstream. I'm sure there's other companies doing it and all that stuff. And there's so many different uses that it could be. It could be a fan, fans use virtual reality, stuff like that. But it's a good tool. It's a good tool, just another teaching tool.
Yeah.
What's that?
You remember the first thing you saw?
Yeah. We were in the team room over at the West End Zone, and I put it on because I didn't understand it. My mind doesn't work that way, and I got to see it, and I couldn't understand what it was. And then when I put it on, and I'm like, wow. I mean, it's literally like you're there, and you can have some fun with it too. You can be a goalie in a hockey, and in a hockey rink, and here comes the puck at you. It's like it's live. There's a lot of fun stuff too that you can do just to have some good time. But basketball teams use it. I think they were using it maybe with the Warriors. I can't remember, but there's lots of uses, tons. That you can use. The first time I saw it, I was, okay, this is crazy. Just don't know how you do that, how you can create that. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, your offensive line's kind of been in the shadow of your other line, the Power Rangers and all that stuff. Do you think that's kind of helped them and motivated them, and do you think your offensive line needs a new name?
They need a name, don't they? Maybe we'll take a poll for them. No, I think that's just kind of the way they are. It comes with the territory of being an offensive lineman, and that kind of fits Robbie's personality. He's those guys have done a great job, and our defensive line will be the first ones to tell you. What they practice against every day is a huge challenge for them. You're talking about Mitch Hyatt, and John Simpson, and Fauci, and Pollard, and Ankrum, and you bring all these other guys. We got a talented group, really talented group that I think will, as the season goes, will prove to be a strength of this team for sure.
Dabo is known as a conventional post-op guy.
Yeah.
How adaptable and versatile is his system, particularly in the context of inheriting a lot of spread of personnel?
Yeah. Well, he's added some fullbacks and some tight ends. He got a couple of transfer guys in there and all that stuff. He's always been a tight end oriented guy, and he has always been kind of a pro set. Although he's very diverse. He'll be empty on you in a heartbeat, and then he'll get in all the bunch sets. He'll spread you out, and then he'll get into bunch sets. A lot of play action, but I think when you peel it all back to his core, he wants to run the football, and he wants to force the issue, create the bloody your nose, and create the play action. That's what he wants to do. He's always been one of the things that I think he does a great job of is the screen game. I think they've always been a great screen team. But as we've played them over the years, we've obviously played them a bunch. When he's been able to establish the run against us and win that physical matchup, it's been a tough game. And when he has it, then he's had to get out of some of that stuff. And so that's the battle that you face when you play teams like that. But the thing that he also does is he has answers. So he is diverse and has been able to adapt his personnel, not just game to game, season to season, but